correlation. But before we dive in, let me mention if you're interested in a stats cheat sheet that covers a lot of key concepts, you can find one at codybaldwin.com. So correlation is used to understand the relationship between variables. An example is maybe we want to understand the relationship between the amount of rain we receive and the number of raincoats that are sold. And so what you could do is measure those things for 20 or 30 days and then plot them out in a scatter plot like this. And you could see, based on this example, it looks like the relationship is positive. As there's more rain, there tends to be more sales of raincoats. So the way that we really measure correlation, we quantify it, is using the correlation coefficient. And so that measures the strength of relationship between variables. And we call this R, the correlation coefficient. And it's always going to be somewhere between -1 and 1. And at -1, it's strong negative. So when one goes up, the other tends to go down. On the right-hand side, strong positive. As one goes up, the other goes up as well. Now, if you're right in the middle, there's little or no correlation or relationship between these variables. So here's an example of some positive and negative correlations by their correlation coefficients. And so you can see in the case of stronger correlations, either closer to 1 or -1, that the points are closer together and they look more linear. As those numbers get weaker, the data points start to spread out and the relationship is not as clear. So let's take a look at an example. Let's think about the basketball player LeBron James, and let's say we want to understand the relationship between his minutes per game and his field goal percentage. So in this case, we'll gather some data from his rookie season that shows us by game the minutes he played and his field goal percentage. So his field goal percentage is based on how many times he shoots it, what percentage does he actually make a basket. And so I use a tool called Minitab to do this, but you can use Excel or other tools. But once I do that, I'm going to get a scatter plot like this and a correlation coefficient. So on one axis, we see his minutes per game, and another, we see the field goal percentage. And every data point represents a different game. And we can tell by looking visually at the scatter plot, but also by looking at the correlation coefficient, that it's a positive relationship, but it's somewhat weak, 0.353. Now let's take a look at another example. Let's think about cement. And maybe we want to understand the relationship between the ingredients of the cement and characteristics of it. And so we gather data like this. We vary 4 ingredients in the mixture to assess the impact on overall heat generation. And so on the right-hand side here, you see 4 ingredients in the cement. And on the left, you see what's called heat evolved. And we want to understand how these ingredients are related to heat evolved, a measurement or characteristic of the cement. And so we can generate, in this case, a correlation matrix because we have more than 2 variables. And what you see highlighted here is the correlation coefficients, or the relationships between the ingredients on the left and heat evolved. So 2 of them are fairly strong positive. So as the ingredients go up, heat evolved tends to go up as well. And the other 2 are negative. So as the ingredients go up, heat evolved tends to go down. Now, one thing to remember as we finish here is that correlation is not causation. So just because there's a relationship in how they move, it doesn't mean that a change in one is causing the change in the other. So there's correlation, but not causation necessarily. That they don't equal each other. So experiments can be used to help us later with causation. Thanks for watching. As a reminder, if you want a free stats cheat sheet, you can find one at codybaldwin.com.
How advanced is your milk?
Actually, our neurocognition research
So in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the correlation game. But before I do that, let me mention, if you want a free stats cheat sheet that covers a lot of key concepts, you can find one at CodyBaldwin.com. So as a reminder, correlation is used to understand the relationship between variables. And the way that we measure that is using the correlation coefficient, or R. And R is always going to be somewhere between -1 and 1. And if you're right in the middle of that, there's really little or no relationship between the variables. And if you're on the left, strong negative, as one goes up, the other tends to go down. And if you're on the right, strong positive, as one goes up, the other tends to go up as well, or vice versa. And so here's just some examples of positive and negative correlation coefficients shown along with the scatter plot. And in this game, what you're going to get is a scatter plot, and you're going to have to try to predict what the correlation coefficient is. And you can just tell when the points are more closely clustered together and they tend to move more clearly in an upward or downward trajectory, those correlation coefficients are going to be higher or lower in the case of negative. So go ahead and head over to guessthecorrelation.com and we'll get started. So when you get to the site, what you're going to do is click on a new game, and on the left-hand side, you're going to see a scatter plot appear, showing you the relationship between two variables. And what you've got to determine is the strength of relationship, or the correlation coefficient. Now, if I look at this scatter plot here, it looks pretty weak, actually really weak. It doesn't appear like it's going sort of in an upward trajectory, and the data points are fairly spread out.
Okay, we'll start our class. Angelo, kindly play the doxology. Sige, paki.
Great is thy faithfulness, oh gather, may your spirit work within us. As we gather, may we glorify your name, knowing well that as our hearts begin to worship, we'll be blessed because we came. We'll be blessed because we came. We'll be blessed because we came.
Prayer.
The prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born to eternal life. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, good morning to my students who are present in our class in statistics. Okay. Before we proceed to the next chapter, I would like to ask from any one of you to volunteer with regards to your insight in our doxology and in our prayer of peace of Saint Francis of Assisi. Any sharing regarding your insight there? That when we are going to pray, it's not just in words, but we see to it that it can really be observed in our action. Because generally the Filipino people are praying people, but they do not manifest what they are praying. So I called one student and asked her, all right, what is your prayer to God? Sabi niya, gabayan ako ni Lord pagpunta ko sa school na hindi ako magkaroon ng mga whatever, accidents that I have to meet in the way, on my way. Ay ang nangyayari, pagbaba sa bahay, continuous nagtitext, pababa, nagsakay nag-text, nahulog. Kasi pagbaba niya, nakaka-text, nag-move ngayon ang jeep, nahulog siya. So what's the sense of the prayer? Panginoon, gabayan niyo po ako. Does it make sense? Wala. Because I have been saying, ang prayer natin is not coming from the heart. It is just coming from your mind. Nakalagay lang sa utak. When you pray, you have to see to it that the prayer comes from your heart, because what your heart tells you, you are going to do something about that. Hindi ba pag nasasaktan ang puso, umiiyak ka? Hindi ba kung masaya ang puso mo, there is what we call laughter that you will manifest. It's the heart, no? Kaya hindi nagdadasal lang kasi ito ang gaganda ng mga dasal natin, no? I could remember there was one Well, at the University of the Philippine Normal University, most of the professors there are, mayroon silang sinasabi ko, believe sa sarili, no? I do not know, yung mga tao pag connected sa isang university, may believe na sa sarili na all-knowing. So, nagkaroon kami ng General Assembly, meeting of all the faculty, kasi before we start the semester, may meeting. Sabi na nag-pray, Panginoon, gamitin mo ang inyong kapangyarihan na kami po ay magkaintindihan, etc., etc., etc. Ipakita niyo po na ikaw ang masusunod, etc., etc., etc. At the middle of the meeting, since the President is not really guided by parliamentary procedure, at saka ang kanyang way of trying to have a meeting is more of, yung sa bahay ba na pag nagsasalita, gusto niyang sinabi, nag-react ang isang professor. Tumayo ang isang professor, nag-react. Tumayo ang another professor, nag-react. My goodness. What happened? Ang meeting hindi natuloy kung hindi nagkaroon ng argument among us faculty members. And then, slowly, gradually, naglalabasan hanggang naubos ang mga nag-attend ng meeting. Where is that prayer now? Nasaan yung prayer na yan? Nasaan? Wala. Dapat ang prayer na, Panginoon, kami ay nandito para makinig sa aming presidente. Pag hindi kami makinig, ibig sabihin, hindi namin naintindihan ang pakikinig. Pag kami ay magtatanong kami na para maunawaan, hindi nagkumbatib ang tanong namin. Kasi kung ginagawa namin yan, ang purpose namin sa meeting ay para manggugulo. Dapat ganon. Hindi yung utusan mo pa ang Panginoon. Di ba? Oh. Another one, kapitbahay namin. Sabi ng isang pastor, sabi ko kasi doon, kapitbahay namin, magkadikit. Sabi ko, dalhin na niyo sa doktor yan kasi nag-ano na siya, nag-tremble na, sobrang mataas na ang lagnat. Ay hindi naniniwala kasi ang sabi niya, ang Panginoon ang gagaling. Sabi niya, hinipo yung mama, ang sabi niya, Panginoon, ipakita mo ang inyong kapangyarihan, pagalingin niyo po itong tao na ito, no? Etc. Hanggang na ang tao hirap na inaano na talaga, nagningisay-ngisay. So ang ginawa ng isang kamag-anak yata yan, hindi na nakikinig sa dasal ng pastor, dinala sa hospital. Good enough, natulungan pa yung tao na may sakit. Gumaling. Alam mo ang sabi ng pastor? Pinagaling ni Lord. Hindi yung doktor ang nagpagaling. Well, ako'y natuwa na lang. Hindi niya alam na ang doktor ay ginamit ng Panginoon as instrument na manggagaling, manggagamot. Hindi yung Lord mismo ang gagawa ng miracle diyan. The power, yung ginawa ng doktor, miracle na yan kasi binigyan siya ng kakayahan para bigyan ng gamot. Yung gamot na yan has the power to treat that particular what we call illness, whatever it is, yun na yan. Hindi natin sinasabi yung miracle, ang bato gagawin tinapa, hindi. The miracle is within, di ba? Is it not? Halik, for example, nakapagsalita tayo, may sound, that's a miracle. God has given it already na hindi natin na in-acknowledge yan, no? Kaya nakikita ko, sometimes ang behavior natin is very much contradicting to what we are praying. And that is what we are doing it in this institution, na we are correcting our prayer kasi pag hindi natin i-correct, we are professionals talking without behaving according to what we talk, no? So mga professionals. Kaya nga sabi ko, nakakalungkot naman, no? Nagsasabi pa siya, doctor of education, doctor what, etc. But behavior does not speak at all as a doctor. So pag doctor tayo, ibig sabihin, it means na marami tayong natutunan in terms of righteousness, in terms of what is really proper, with regards to our engagement with other people. Okay. Anyone before we'll start? Anyone to share any insight? The impact of the prayer of St. Francis? Yes. Rodora.
Good morning po, Doc. Good morning po, classmates.
Good morning.
Yan, from Occidental Mindoro po. Yan. Laging brown out. Ayan. Doc, yung gusto ko po, although gusto ko po yung unang song, ay hindi po ako hindi ko masyadong naintindihan kasi yung ang aking network ay pangit. Dito na lang po ako sa Gabriel Prayer. Pero Doc, parang kayo yung kumanta ng unang song.
Talaga.
Opo, yung sa akin po dun sa St. Francis de Assisi na prayer, gusto ko po yung grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled po as to console. Para po kasing in-encourage niya ako lagi or tayo na i-priority po natin lagi yung others' needs over our own po. Kumbaga po, naalala ko nung COVID-19 po, parang 2 years akong hindi nakauwi sa amin. Okay lang po yun. Although, di ba po, may family ako, tapos may anak ako na iyak-iyak na lang video call. Pero sabi ko, tiis lang kasi kailangan nating trabaho ito na sinumpaan namin. Dahil, di ba po yung sinumpaan namin, parang kalahati na lang ang family. Dapat community muna. So, ganun po yung aming orientation. Ay, yun po, doon ko po parang nakita yung dapat nakafocus tayo sa understanding tsaka yung alleviating ng others' emotional and mental needs po. During those times po, ang dami kasing mga parang psychological intervention na kailangan po nung panahon na yon. So kakaunti po kaming psychology students na dito po na public servant. So attend po ako nood ako ng mga webinar kung paano rin matulungan yung iba kasi kabi-kabila po yung yung may COVID. Tapos medyo inuubo-ubo kami na hindi lang kami naamin. Baka kasi i-isolate kami. Tapos alam niyo po, nakita ko sa isolation, doon po sila parang nagkakasakit kasi parang ayan nga po yung sinasabi niyo lagi na bakit gano'n na akala natin may 1 million tayo pag nagka-COVID. Pumasa po kami doon. Pero hindi po totoo yun. Nagkakasakit sila doon kasi yung para pong nai-stress sila, nadi-depress. Mas maganda pa rin po talaga na parang nagtulong nga rin ang government para tulong-tulong tayo. Although nandyan po sila, hindi po yung services kompleto. Parang yung isolation room is hindi okay. Anyway po, balik po tayo. Yun lang po sa akin, parang lagi natin pong iniisip yung pong welfare ng iba, tsaka safety po nila muna bago po yung ating mga sarili po. So, yun po yun sa akin, Doc. Ang tumatak po sa akin ngayong umaga dito sa prayer natin.
Okay, such a very inspiring sharing, no? It means to say na you are able to capture the meaning of to be consoled as to console. So we may not so much seek to be consoled as to console. Particularly, we are people who are trying to serve. We live to serve. We are not to live to be served. We live to serve. And therefore, ang isang what we call principle ng ating school, transform always righteously, no? Not just ourselves, but others, and then selflessly. Ibig sabihin, when we do our work, it comes from the heart because we would like to serve them. Pag nag-serve tayo coming from the heart, there is fulfillment, there is joy, and there is happiness. Magsubok kayo mag-serve sa isang, sa someone else na hindi nanggagaling sa puso. You will not feel happy. Kaya ang pagsiservice natin selfless because it comes from the heart and therefore there is joy and fulfillment at the end of the day. Kaya tayo mga guro, pag nagtuturo tayo, hindi natin sinasabi na, magtuturo na naman ako, ano ba yan? Ang katagal ko pa magre-retire, nabu-burn out na. Marami mga teachers na burn out na kasi mahina ang mga bata, di raw makaintindi, pilitin ang bata makaintindi. Simple principle, don't push the river. Let it flow naturally, di ba? Okay, that's why nga, I would like to insert now, tinitingnan ko yung inyong mga assignment, etc. And I'm very happy you're doing your assignment. Ang purpose ng assignment is not because you're going to submit the correct answer already, di ba? When you are going to get the correct answer, well and good. If you do not make the correct answer, well and good, as long as you do your assignment, because it is in doing wrong that you learn what is right. Now, kung hindi nyo maintindihan, it is now your chance to ask others because by asking you learn. And then, kung hindi mo pa kaya, kukopya ka because it's in copying that you learn. Kasi ang learning, hindi naman sasabihin natin you learn absolutely by yourself only. You learn because of other people, no? Let's open our mind na ang learning, hindi yung, my goodness, ang learning natin, hindi nagsasabi na parehuin natin ang learning sa lahat. Kaya nga ang sabi ko, kung hindi mo maintindihan ngayon, don't worry. Maybe next year, maybe the next year, maybe until such a time when you do something already, saka mo naintindihan. Don't force yourself, no? Let it flow naturally. Kasi pagka ganun ang gagawin natin, ay hindi tama na. Ang mundo natin will be letting people to be equal and the same at the same time. Hindi tama yan sa mundo eh. Ang mundo natin really is created by God to be different from one another. Kasi pag hindi tayo different from one another, there will be chaos. Problems eh. Hindi nga tayo pareho. Maraming chaos na, maraming problems na eh. Okay. So what an inspiring sharing that you give a while ago. All right, Angelo, let's proceed. Yes? There is another one. Joel, yes, Joel Magbanwa.
Yes po. Yung Gabrielian prayer, ang pagkaunawa ko dyan is prayer of wisdom. Kasi bakit yung Gabrielian prayer ay prayer of wisdom? Kasi nakalagay na sa kanya yung content ng peace, love, pardon, faith, hope, life, joy. So lahat na nandiyan yan na. So makikita mo na sa prayer ng Gabrielian prayer ay nakalagay po dyan yung wisdom. So napakaganda ng prayer na yan. So ipinapakita yung dapat, ito yung gawin natin. So isa puso, hindi lang basta sa bibig. Kumbaga, walk. Kumbaga yung lahat na sinasalita mo ay dapat ay nakikita. Then sa unang songs kanina, maganda siya dahil as we gather, no? Kumbaga yung spirito ng God, yun yung dapat maghari sa lahat, no? So maganda yung songs din niya. Yun lamang po.
Okay, so thank you, Joel. No, such a very nice enrichment with regards to our prayer, the Gabrielian prayer adapted from Saint Francis of Assisi. Okay, so mayroon pa ba? Pag wala na, we'll proceed to our lesson. Oh, mayroon pa. Sige. Sherlyn Berzos.
Hello, good morning, classmates. Good morning, Doc.
Okay, good morning.
From Surigao del Sur ako. Kaya maingay dito, maraming dump truck. So, ano po, yung sa Surigao del Sur, Cantilan, particular sa Cantilan.
Ay, sus, ginoo ko, taga diyan ako sa Madrid.
Taga Madrid kami, Sir Arpelieda.
Ay, sus, Maria Josep.
Yung kanta kanina po na yung Steadfast Love, ito yung one of my favorite song na The Nature of God's Love and Mercy. Na nag-post niya ako kanina about sa depression, tapos sabi ng isang na-feel ko yan, bakit, sabi ko na, people love you, but it doesn't feel that they do. Sabi niya, depressed ako ngayon, Ma'am She, kasi bakit, sabi nila na marami nagmamahal sa akin, pero hindi ko na-feel yun, pero sabi ko, the steadfast love of God never ceases, kaya, ang nature talaga ni love is unconditional love, na constant at reliable ang love ni Lord. Yun lang po.
All right, thank you, Sherlyn. Saan magkaukuman?
Sa Cantilan, dire sa Cantilan, Nenso nag-teach.
Nagbihan ka?
Taga Madrid ako, Papa, Arpelieda.
Oo, sige. I'm planning to, to visit our place by last week of August. Hahanapin kita doon.
Yes, sir. Sige, sir. Sige, fiesta yun.
Sige, communicate kita. Okay. So maybe you can invite, yung mga kaibigan mo, friends mo to join our program, no? Mag-enroll sila dito. This is a program which is very much, different from the other programs. What we call offered by other institutions, kasi sa ibang institutions purely academic, no?
Yes,
so
sir.
Academic ang talagang
mag-doctoral, sir.
Yes, so we're applying for a doctoral program already in guidance and counseling and in psychology. So ang program natin hindi doctor of philosophy, kundi doctor in guidance and counseling and the doctor in psychology. Pattern in US and in other countries of outside countries of the etc. Okay. So I'm happy na nag-i-enroll ka sa lugar natin.
Ma'am Rodora to, Ma'am Doc, Ma'am Rodora Lovendino, siya nag-invite sa akin.
Ay, very good. Ay, Ma'am Rudor, thank you so much. No, you are an instrument of other people to be a part of our institution. All right. During graduation and during, if possible, ang ating oral defense should be face-to-face para more or less makikita natin ang bawat isa and then never miss our graduation. It is so terrific, no? Ang graduation ang ginagawa ng ating paaralan. It is something worth to remember and very memorable because yun ang purpose ng graduation para ma-feel talaga ng ating graduates, na? Okay. So, kung wala na, we proceed to the next chapter. Angelo, correlation. Okay, so a while ago, before we started, Angelo was, playing already yung topic about correlation. Actually, very simple lang ang correlation. So, ang dalawang variables, pag sinabi natin correlation, it talks about two variables. Ang dalawang variable may ugnayan sa bawat isa, di ba? May mga variables na very much related to one another. May mga variables na hindi related to one another. For example, ang mental ability at saka academic performance, these are what we call two correlated variables. They are correlated. So, ibig sabihin, pag mataas ang isa, mataas din ang isa, no? The magnitude or the increase of one variable will increase the other variable. For example, if the mental ability is high, it would turn out that the performance will be high. If the mental ability is average, then it turn out that the performance is average. So, huwag natin pilitin ang mga bata lahat high. Huwag natin pilitin ang mga bata lahat very high. This is not, in terms of education, ang normal na education is there are people who are below average in the normal curve. There are people who are average, majority, and there are people who are high and very high. Huwag natin pilitin kasi pag pilitin natin, di ka na-fit. Pag hindi sila maka-fit, then you develop people who are behaviorally disturbed, emotionally as well, no? Kaya hindi ko makikita. May mga teachers, pilitin ang bata. Huwag. Kaya ano yung bata? Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na master learning. Kung ano lang ang kaya ng bata, yun ang ituro mo para makapasa siya. Huwag mo pilitin. Like for example, ang ituro mo ito ay hindi kaya ng kanyang kakayahan sa mind. Mental ability, hindi kaya pilitin mo. You are destroying the child's what we call homeostasis, no, yung kanyang nature as an individual to grow happily and healthily. Sinisira natin. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan sa education, no? Pagkatapos nagbibigay tayo ng test, pag may mga bata na hindi lumusot doon sa ating normal curve, bigyan natin sila ng mastery. Bigay mo yung test, ito anak, aralan mo, ha? Ito ang gusto ko matutunan mo, basic ito. Pag naipasa mo na ito, pasa ka na, anak. Huwag na tayo magsabi, failed ka. Naku po, Maria Joseph, hindi natin naintindihan ang language ng ating, ng nature ng ating mundo na nanggagaling sa natural law. Saan ka makakita? Gustuhin natin lahat ng bata valedictorian? Pwede ba yan? Hindi magulo na ang mundo. Kaya ang ginawa ni Lord, pinadami niya ang average. These are people who can fit to any circumstances. Okay. Pero may mga variables na walang ugnayan. Like for example, height and academic performance. Huwag natin sabihin, pag tumaas ang height, tumaas ang academic performance, walang ugnayan yan. Kaya nga, when you do a research, you cannot do a research kung wala siyang tinatawag na theoretical framework. Wala tayong research kung walang theory na magagamit natin. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng theory, these are what we call I would say, hindi pa natin sasabihin principle, no? These are constructs, no? These are constructs that are to be tested to prove its validity. So, ipoprove na natin. Like, for example, gagawa ka ng research, ipoprove mo na ang mental ability is related to academic performance, huwag na. That's proven already. Huwag na natin ulit-ulitin yan. Tapos na yan. Approve na natin ang so many times already. Hindi na kailangan yan sa research. Okay. So it's just a little introduction about correlation. Angelo, next. So the concept of correlation is used to determine if there is a statistically significant relationship between two variables. Pag sinabi natin is statistically significant, ang ibig sabihin, with the computation of, with using statistics as a tool, gamitan natin ng what error of percent na i-allow natin, sasabihin natin 0.05% error. So you are sure 95%, you are not sure of 5%. That's why pag naggagawa tayo ng research sa education and social sciences, ang ating allowable error is 0.05. You are sure 95%, but you are not sure of 0.05%. No? But in what we call in sciences, ang sa sciences is 0.01, no? Kasi they are gusto nila very accurate ang kanilang research, no? But if it is, for example, a research in medicine, testing already of what we call the efficacy of a particular, medicine, ang kanilang error na ginagamit is 0.001. Ibig sabihin, in 1,000 na tinatry out nila, only one is alright, lumiliko, hindi sumusunod sa, ibig sabihin hindi tumatalab. So that is ganun ka-strict sa medicine. Kaya yung ating mga iniinom na medisina, alright, very effective kung tama ang diagnosis ng doctor kasi nga, proven siya ng 0.001. 1,999% correct. So only 1% hindi siya. Yung sasabi, bakit hindi tumalab? Talaga ganun yan. Hindi tayo perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Okay. Itong scatter diagram, makikita nyo sa baba. Correlation exists between two variables when there is a particular relationship between these variables. Okay? So, yung variables na yan, kung may relationship, may mga variables na walang relation talaga, di ba? Walang-wala. Kaya, even for example in marriages, alright, ibig sabihin pag ang makikita ninyo sa marriages, compatibility, these are two variables. Ano ang ginagamit natin sa variables? If the male, for example, the boy has that personality of wholesome, and the girl also has the personality of being wholesome, correlated yan. Ibig sabihin, happiness is higher. Mataas ang kanilang ang engagement nila sa kanilang interactions is more beautiful, no? Pero kung hindi, may problem ang personality ng girl, alright, may problem ang personality ng boy, makikita nyo constantly there is always quarrel na. Kaya napaka-importante. Kaya in psychology, yung hindi pa nag-aasawa, ano nga hanapin nyo? Mabait, diba? Yan talaga. Huwag nyo hanapin, may magandang, huwag nyo hanapin, mayaman, huwag yan. Ako ang mayaman, it cannot pay ng kabaitan ng isang tao eh. At saka ang sasabihin natin, pugi, nako, ang kapugian, pag matanda na yan, bala na yan. It's in the eyes of the beholder. Ang kapugian, kagandahan, nasa utak mo lang yan, tingin mo lang yan, pero ang katotohanan, ang kagandahan, etc. is because of the character. Character, maniwala kayo, yun talaga. Hindi nako, sa bagay, yung iba. Because ang iba kasi, ito na, ang attraction ng iba kasi is more on the physical. Attraction, ay kung ang attraction is more on the psychological, mayroon din physical, hindi naman pwede walang mata, walang ilong, walang But pag sinabi natin psychological, more on the behavior, di ba? Bakit yung friends mo, ang tagal-tagal ninyo, no? Mayroon kayong tampuhan, sadali lang. But why are you able to, be nice to one another? Because you are compatible. Why? Because yung inyong mga traits, etc. Ganun na kasimple. Kaya there are many people marrying after 1 year, 2 years, hindi na maganda ang relationship. 5 years, wala na. Asawa ulit, gano'n na naman. Sabi nga ng isa, alam mo, Dr. Oriarte, nag-asawa ako, akala ko okay na ang pangalawa, hindi pa, gano'n din pala, pareho din pala. Well, that's the reason why, sabi ko nga, maswerte ang nag-aaral ng psychology kasi maintindihan ninyo, right? Okay, next, Angelo. So ito ngayon ang sinasabi natin scatter diagram, no? Pag positive correlation, medyo may direction, pareho sila papunta lang right. Strong positive relation, ganon. Medyo halos ang mga lines, halos yung points nila magkapareho na. Pag sinabi natin perfect correlation, naka-straight talaga yan, no? Perfect. Kung ang score ng A 90, ang score niya sa another variable 90, so pareho lahat yan, etc. Okay, perfect. Next. So ito naman sa baba ang negative correlation. Nag-scatter, no? Strong negative, alright, nagkumpol-kumpol papunta sa right, left direction. Ang perfect negative correlation dito papunta sa left, no? Halos straight ang kanilang, pareho lahat ang kanilang scores. Next. So pag sinabi no correlation, ayan ang nangyayari, na? The other side is non-linear correlation. Meron tayong tinatawag na non-linear, yung sinasabi natin curvilinear, no? For instance, ano ba yung sinasabi natin strength ng tao, no? Curvilinear. Pag tumatanda ang tao, humihina ng strength niya. Kaya nag-curvilinear siya, no? So for example, may relationship sila, kaya lang mag-curvy, no? Hindi straight ang relationship. This will be, ito naman, hindi naman usually pinag-aaralan natin yung curvilinear kasi usually ang pinag-aaralan natin sa curvilinear yung matanda na, ito matanda. Like si Pacquiao, habang bata pa si Pacquiao, marami siyang mga panalo, di ba? Habang tumatanda na siya, bumababa ang kanyang panalo, but it doesn't mean na hindi siya mahusay. Ibig sabihin, mahusay siya, kaya lang may factor na nakikialam, edad, age, no? Okay. So, for those who would like to have a baby, healthy baby, so makasawa kayo ng bata. Huwag kayo makasawa ng matanda. Alright. Genes na. Ay, kung na-inlove kayo, okay lang yun. Basta mahalaga na in-love. Sabi ka ng iba, love ko naman talaga, sir. Ay, di love mo. Okay, go ahead. Basta happy ka, okay lang. Next. So, it's below is a guide in interpreting coefficient of correlation. You have their perfect, very high, etc. I will not be explaining this because this is the self-explanatory. Next, Angelo. Ayos mo nga.
Nag-send po kan kay email, sir. Hindi ka parang tayo doctor.
Okay, sige. So, laki-lakihan mo nga. Okay na, Angelo. Okay na. So, the following reminders are can guide the researchers to interpret the result of the coefficient of correlation. Now, always remember, this is the relationship between two variables. So that does not automatically mean that one is the cause and the other is the effect. So pag ang ating ginagamit na statistics is correlation or relationship, so hindi cause yung isa, no? It's not the cause generally. There are other factors na nagkikialam. Why? Because we did not control. Like for example, IQ. Oh, may relasyon talaga sa performance. Eh, may IQ ka nga, hindi ka naman nag-aaral. Wala rin. O may IQ ka nga, wala naman ang motivation mo, wala din. Kaya there are other factors na nakikialam, but there is what we call a relationship between the two. This is not a cause and effect relationship because we are not coming up with an experimental research. Okay. When the computed R is high, it does not automatically mean that one factor is strongly dependent on the other. On the other hand, when the computed I is small, it doesn't mean automatically mean that one factor has no dependence on the other factor. Kasi kung isipin natin, there are numbers of variables that really affect a particular variable. Like, for example, no, performance, there was a research conducted and I was a consultant in that research, funded research, no? Ang isang pinaprove niya, kung yung performance ng bata sa physics throughout, this is a normally distributed, what we call variable, hindi selective ito lahat. Inaral ang interest ng bata na nag-aaral ng physics. Alam nyo, it turned out that interest is one of the strongest variable that predicts the performance. Of so many variables na kanyang kinukorrelate, ang talaga, no, ang nag-come out number one is the interest. Kaya ibig sabihin, kahit ang IQ mo average, pag may interest ka na super ang interest mo, daig mo pa ang mataas na IQ. Si interest is very important. May mga tao na masinop, no? Masinop, ay kaya nag-summa cum laude, nag-magna cum laude, nag-cum laude. May mga bata na ang tataas naman ang kanilang kakayahan ma-learn, mabilis. Hindi naman nagpupuyat, nag-aaral, wala din sila. Okay. So that's through the remaining reminders. Next, Angelo. So the person-product moment correlation, this is very common. Linear correlation ito, So like for example, kukuha tayo ng academic performance, yung grades in the academic performance, average grades sa mga bata, and then their IQ also. So Maria, IQ, Maria, academic performance. So pair by pair ito. Pag kayo ay magkaroon ng correlation, huwag niyo i-jumble. Kung ano ang score ni Maria sa IQ, yun yung score niya, siya din yung score sa academic performance. Kasi pag i-jumble natin yan, so wrong ang ating interpretation ng correlation. So there was a defense na I sat down in a particular defense. Tinanong ko siya, okay, tingnan ko nga yung data mo, paano mo inayos yung correlation mo? So hindi niya, basta nag-correlate lang siya, scores ito, scores sa kabila, hindi niya pinair. Ang sabi ko, that is questionable. Kasi pag pinipair mo ito, makikita natin ang totoong result ng correlation. Kung hindi mo i-prepare, so wala natin, hindi natin alam. Gagamit ka ng hindi correlation, maybe gagamit ka ng test of difference, hindi na correlation. Now, this one is the formula. It's easy to understand. So I will not explain, just through the formula. Next. Angelo, next. All right, in the formula, never mind this. Just, you will understand that when you do the activity. Next. So, mayroon tayong tinatawag na properties of the linear correlation coefficient, always between 1, -1, and +1, no? So, the value of R is always between 1 and +1. Wala pa yata perfect correlation talaga, no? It's impossible to have perfect correlation in the natural setting. So the values of R are not changed if all values of X and Y are multiplied by divided, etc. Well, anyway, these are just explanations. These are properties. Next. So we go into the hypothesis testing. All right. Later on in your in this particular subject, you will learn the test of hypothesis. No? You have the original claim. You have the alternative. Yung original claim, no, magsasabi ka na this one is related to the other, and then alternative mo, ganun din, equals to 0. And then null hypothesis mo is equals to 0. Alternative hypothesis mo, not equal to 0. So, okay. Next, this is just the sample of the formula, how you are able to compute the data. Next, Angela. So, common errors made in interpreting the correlation ratio. So, anyway, na-explain na natin yan, mga errors na yan. Next, Angelo. So, nakalagay doon per data, hindi pwede hindi pair, no? Next, itaas mo. Itaas mo na. Okay. Iganon mo na. Okay. For example, alright, 1, 1, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 2. So, ang ibig sabihin dito, yung score ng A is 1 sa X, 1 sa Y. Yung score ni B, 1 sa X, 5 sa Y. Ganito yan. Next. So, this is what we call the graphing, no? Ginagraph na natin. Kung yung, Okay. So anyway, next, Angelo. Oh, next. So this is the linear correlation coefficient. Ito ang sample na ginagawa as your guide to interpret. No? Next, go ahead. Scatter diagram. Next. Okay, baba mo konti. Baba mo. Balik mo. Ibalik mo. Okay, ito ngayon ang normal curve, no? The region of acceptance dito sa ating tinatawag na significance of the person R. So, reject doon sa right. What we call reject the alternative hypothesis region of acceptance and the reject din dito. Both reject sa left and right if it is total hypothesis. You will learn this because we will be discussing this in research. Next. Okay, we go now into the ordinal data. Pag i-correlate natin parehong ordinal data, you're correlating now using the Spearman Rho. So itong Spearman Rho, pag sinabi natin Spearman Rho, you are going to rank these scores, no? Yung scores ng mga bata na 10, i-rank mo yan. Like for example, sa mathematics at saka sa English. Tingnan natin kung may correlation yan. So, rank order. Alright? Itaas mo ang ibaba. Tuloy mo na. So here is the formula to calculate the Spearman Rho correlation. So step number 3, all the explanations are given there. Next. Ganon din ang ating pag-reject ng hypothesis, both tails, no? Negative and positive. Next. Alright, for example, hangilo sandali. Individual 1, sa isang test, rank 14 siya. Sa another test, rank 8 siya. So ranking, nirarank ang scores nila. Kaya ang gamit natin is Spearman Rho correlation. Ito may sample. Next, Angelo, sample. Alright, ito ang sample na gagayahin ninyo if you're going to solve for this Spearman Rho. Next. So if the answer, for example, is 0.637, so ang ibig sabihin that the correlation is a little bit high, no? Kasi more than 50 siya. Next, Angelo. So the next correlation is the Goodman and Kruskal gamma. Okay. So ano naman itong Goodman and Kruskal gamma? So ito ngayon ay ginagawa ni Leo Goodman and William Kruskal, kaya nakapangalan sa kanila gamma. Used to examine an association in a given doubly ordered contingency tables. Pag sinabi natin contingency tables, so mayroon tayong two-way Namute ako. Okay. So itong Goodman and Kruskal gamma, ginagamit natin ito. Itataas mo na ang hilok. Okay, next. Sige pa. Alright, ibaba mo for explanation sa baba. Okay, itaas mo. So, ang unang answer sa Gottman's, ano mo nga? Itaas mo. Sige, dahan-dahan mo pagtaas. Okay, dahan-dahan. Sige pa. Alright, so ito ngayon, ang unang answer is 0.36. Next. Taas mo. Slowly. Okay. Alright. So, ito explanation dito, no? A gamma coefficient of 0.36 indicates a moderately small positive correlation between socioeconomic status and education status of employees. Nakalagay ito sa contingency table. Makikita natin, like for example, sa socioeconomic status, alright, high, average, low. Doon naman sa education, ganun din, high, average, low. Ilan ang sa high, ilan sa moderate. doon natin nilalagay yung kanilang score, yung kanilang frequencies doon, no? So the results suggest a correlation based on the dominance of a parallel direction of the two variables. This means that 36% greater chance for a parallel direction opposite direction for the variables of socioeconomic status and educational status. So, if the gamma coefficient is 36, it will indicate instead a moderately small negative correlation based on a dominance of the opposite direction. So, alin ba dito ang mas nag-dominate? Is it the socioeconomic status or is it the academic, what we call variables, the educational attainment, educational status? Pakibaba ba mga Angelo yung contingency table? Okay. Kung tingnan ninyo itong tinatawag natin contingency table, no? The employees are ranked on socio-economic status and educational status. For example, sa socio-economic status, we group it as upper, middle, lower. Doon naman sa educational status, we group them as upper, middle, lower. Okay. So, ilan ngayon ang upper socio, upper educational status, 38 employees. Ilan naman ang middle na upper? 16. So middle sa socio, upper sa economic status 16, etc. So kukumpute natin ngayon ang gamma coefficient, no? Para sa ganon makikita natin ang direction, ang magnitude of direction. Dito is it really sa educational status? Is it really sa sa socio-economic status? So ang answer natin taas mga ngilo. Okay. So, ang answer natin, ang 0.36, which is positive, so there is a small, moderate, positive correlation between socio-economic status and educational status of employees. So, the result suggests that correlation based on a dominance of a parallel direction to the two variables, the 36% greater chance for a parallel direction that opposite directions for a variable of socio-economic status and educational status. So, ibig sabihin, mas nagpabor doon sa educational status. Okay, next. Kasi positive yan. Next is the correlation between nominal data. Pag ang data natin ay nominal, yung una, mayroon tayong interval data, yung person R, at saka yung Spearman raw. Then yung ating another one na sa ordinal data, may Spearman raw at saka mayroon tayong gamma. Dito naman sa nominal data, no, nominal. So lambda. Okay, so this is now the coefficient correlation of lambda. Lambda is a measure of strength of relationship between nominal variable. It is represented by the lowercase Greek letter obla, which is known as Gottman's coefficient of predictability. Okay, next, Angelo. So that's the formula for lambda. Next. So mayroon tayong to the right and to the left. Next. Okay. So ang interpretation ng lambda natin, no? Lambda muna, lambda. Okay. So, okay. The obtained coefficient of 0.13. Yung unang computation natin, 0.13. 0.138 is rounded into 0.14. Indicates that when socioeconomic status is treated as an independent variable, siya ang nakikialam. Siya ang nakikialam sa another variable. The error reduced in the prediction measure is 14%. So, ang na-reduce na error is 14%. While the obtained lambda coefficient is 0.09, so 0.09 indicates that education status is treated as independent variable, the error reduced is 9%. So, mababa ang error kung gagamitin natin ang education status compared doon sa economic status. Next, ang taas. So these results prove that socioeconomic status accurately predicts educational status of the employees more than the educational status predicting the socioeconomic status. So ang ibig sabihin, pag gamitan natin ng lambda, nominal data, no? So mas nag-predict ang socioeconomic status kaysa educational status. Ibig sabihin, pag mataas ang socioeconomic status mo, so there's the tendency na mataas ang makukuha mo sa educational status. So hindi nagsasabi na educational status, mas makapag-produce ka ng plenty of money, hindi ganon yun. Dito sa results na ito. Okay, next. So the correlation between interval and nominal data. So pag ang data nyo interval, and then i-correlate nyo sa nominal data, ang ating kukumputin ay correlation ratio, no? So the correlation ratio is a coefficient of non-linear association ito non-linear. So in the case of linear relationship, the correlation ratio that is denoted by eta becomes coefficient correlation. Now, in the case of non-linear relationship, the value of the correlation is greater, and therefore the difference between the correlation ratio and the correlation coefficient refers to the degree of the extent of the non-linearity of the relationship. So, itaas mo na, Angelo, ang correlation ratio, no? Pagka interval at saka nominal data, ito ang gagamitin natin, correlation ratio. Next. Taas mo. Sige pa. Right. The point by serial, okay. Remember, yung correlation ratio natin, interval and nominal ang ating i-correlate. Don't you worry about this because it is your statistician that will tell you. Nakita ang data mo, sige nga, itong data mo na ito, sige. Ang gagamitin mo ito ay eta coefficient. Pero kung ayaw mo ng eta coefficient, sasabihin ng statistician, i-transform mo itong data mo as all interval para hindi ka mag-compute ng ganyan. And generally, ang mga researches, ang ginagamit is person R. Bihira yung Spearman rule. Karamihan yung ngayon, kung magpasikat ka na mahusay ka sa statistics, well-versed ka, di gagamitin mo ito. Ipakita mo para yung mga members of the panel, hindi nila alam yan, hindi na magtatanong. Oh, yes. Hindi na sila magtatanong kasi di naman nila tatanong nila, di naman nila alam. Alright, next, Angelo. Point by serial correlation. So ito naman point by serial correlation, special type of correlation coefficient that relates the response of observed item to total test scores, no? For example, mag-ano ka ng test mo sa ano ba yan? Iti-test mo yung items mo kung correlated sa total score. So, item number 1, ang sumasagot ng item number 150, ano ang total score? Alright, i-correlate mo yan, item number, total, item to, para makikita mo kung alin ang mga items doon na may correlation. Ang mga items na walang correlation, tanggalin mo yan. Kasi ibig sabihin, yung items the items that you prepared did not belong to that particular construct. So, point by serial correlation is a special type of correlation that relates the response of the observed item to a total test score. So, there are, instances that you're interested to get the degree of the relationship between two variables where one variable is non-dichotomous, such as test scores, and with the other one is dichotomous. So, itong example dito, ginamit ang sex, no? Now, is sex related to intelligence? Okay. So, ang ginamit dito is the point by serial. For example, sa example dito ng sex, alright, male, female. Diba? Alright, ano ngayon ang score ng male? Anong score ng female? And then, using this particular computation, solutions, ano mo, Angelo? So this is the example of the point by serial correlation. All right, next. Well, in actual activity, all right, what is important? Yeah. What is important na intindihan ninyo itong correlation? Ano ibig sabihin ng correlation? You know why? Kasi pagka kayo ay mag-compute na ng statistics, gagamit lang kayo ng program Excel. Kung ayaw ng Excel, is PSS. Ang dali lang, ipasok mo lang yung data. Kaya lang, yung mag-program doon ay alam niya ang gusto niya ipalabas na statistics. Kaya isubmit lang, ibigay nyo, sir, statistician kayo. Ito, in our school, mayroon tayong statistician, no? Si Professor Rodel Cahilig, alright, which is under my tutelage, no? So siya ngayon ang ng statistical tools ninyo, kaya hindi niyo problema ang statistics. Or sa akin, ituro ko lang, sabihin ko, Rodel, gamitan mo ito ng ganito, i-compute po na para makikita na natin ang result. Ang inyong problema na lang, how will you interpret? Pero turuan din kayo mag-interpret. And then interpretation based from the data, and then interpretation as supported by your literature, and supported by your experiences in life, kung ito ay talaga tumama sa buhay ninyo. Kung isipin niyo ang hirap ng statistics, mahirap kasi magkukompute kayo. Pero sa panahon ngayon, hindi na mahirap. Mayroon na tayong software. So ang mahalaga lang sa inyo, maintindihan lang ninyo ito, no? Yung ibang mga professors, nako, pahirapan ng estudyante. Hindi naman sabi ko nga, pahirapan ng estudyante pag nagsusulat ng thesis yan, ibigay lang yan sa statistician ang magkukompute. Maybe talaga you are required to learn this if you are really major in statistics, na? Para more or less, pag major ka, naintindihan mo kung ano itong mga construct na ating pinag-uusapan dito. So, your take-home exam, pag hindi nyo maintindihan, sundan ninyo yung sample dito sa book. Pag nahirapan kayo, alright, magtanong kayo sa kaklase ninyo, tulungan kayo, alright, para matututo kayo. Kasi you cannot learn statistics just by listening. You learn statistics by doing. Gagawa talaga. You do. For example, find the value of linear correlation coefficient and test the claim that there is a linear relationship between weekly rice consumption and size of household use. Alright, the alpha of 0.05. So, ibig sabihin, balik kayo doon sa text, no? Makikita ninyo ito. Ang sample, sundan ninyo yung sample na yan. Now, habang sinusundan nyo ang sample, always remember na walang correlation na more than 100. Walang correlation na more than 1. No correlation more than 1. Etc. etc. Always remember that. So, ang correlation nyo magsimula between 0 to 100. So, mag-start kayo ng between 0 to 100. 1, negative plus or minus, then negative or plus 99. Okay? Then number 2, the Spearman rule, rank order correlation. You will understand, you will appreciate this pag sundan ninyo yung sample sa itaas. Next. Now, use the given data to find the coefficient. All right. Coefficient, correlation of lambda according to sex and academic classification of statistics between Colegio de San Gabriel Arcangel. No? So, the male and the female. Next. Number 4. All right. Some first year and second year students at the Colegio de San Gabriel Arcangel will rank according to class standing and religious attitude. Then compute the gamma for the given data. Okay, next. Number 5. So the correlation ratio na ito, eta, no? And the last one, you have the point by serial correlation. So there are 6 activities or take-home exam that you are going to solve. Follow the samples, no? Do not be, wala na itong learning activities. Ito lang, solve lang yan. No? That will be your take-home exam. Examination na gagawin ninyo sa bahay nyo. Not in the classroom. Alright. Maalaala ko noon when I took up my advanced statistics, yung mga inferential statistics with Dr. Flores. Grabe ka-strict to ni Dr. Flores noon, no? So, half of my classmates did not continue anymore. Sabi ko sa kanila, tuloy lang ninyo yan. Di naman kayo ibabagsak ng professor na yan. Alam naman niya na hindi kayo statistics. It happens kasi na ano siya Doctor of Mathematics in Statistics yung aming professor from UP. Kaya nagpapakita ng kanyang galing. Nararato ng mga kaklase ko Natatakot sila kung ano ka. Sabi ko, huwag kayo matatakot. Ganun lang yung professor natin yan sa statistics. Isipin mo, pag magdadrop kayo next time baka di na bibigyan ng UST ng load. Let's be practical. Alam mo, in the graduate school, kung hindi niyo yung statistics, intindihin lang niyo anong correlation? Relationship ng two variables, yun lang. And then yung mga types of correlational, what we call coefficient, etc. Tingnan niyo kung anong ibig sabihin ng meaning. But in terms of the computation, submit ito, what we call a particular, ano yung tawag, program. So what I'm after here is, gagawin lang ninyo ang inyong test, no? Like for example, after nakikita ko na may answers ka na hindi tama, ibalik ko lang para i-review ninyo yun, no? Until sa time na tama ninyo, no? Huwag kayo matatakot kasi karamihan sabi ng statistics, natatakot kami, no? As what I have said, alright, I teach statistics because I want you to love statistics, no? The moment you start computing and you know the procedure and the answer, my goodness, you love statistics there. Lalo na pag nagsusulat na kayo ng research, nako. Alright, sasabihin nyo, ganun lang pala, kadali lang pala. Okay, sige. So maybe that would be enough for today kasi kung dagdagan pa natin ang next na topic, baka sasabihin ninyo, ay naku, napakadami pala gagawin namin So kaya lang sa pag-aaral talaga hindi pwede mo lang gagawin. Alam mo, learning really is taking place when you do it yourself. Do you think yung mga professor na nagle-lecture naintindihan lahat ng estudyante? Hindi naman Nagle-lecture lang siya kasi mag-lecture siya. Mas naintindihan ninyo yan kung nagbabasa kayo, binabasa nyo, iniintindi nyo, you will learn, diba? That's what we call learning is taking place. More activities. Okay. So, maybe mag-pause for a while tayo para sa sunod na, anong next subjects natin ng galaw? Ay, wala na. Sure ka? Okay, sige. So, yun na lang ang inyong activities. Sabi niya ang hello, wala na raw. So, enjoy doing your activities. Kung tingnan lang ninyo, paano nyo masusundan yan? Maniwala kayo.
Gabriel and philosophy activity nila.
Okay, sige. Okay. Okay, sige. So, other questions that you would like to raise before we would like to end our what we call class this morning?
Yung example nila, we need this week, yung multiple choice.
Ito. So, yung multiple choice ninyo, maybe ang gagawin ko, no? Alright, ibigay ko muna sa inyo walang answer. Nakita na. Walang answer yan. Hanapan ninyo. Okay. And then later on, I will have to randomize, rumble ko yun, Kasi nga, that is, helping you learn. Kasi kung sasabihin ko multiple choice, sasabihin na, ano ba ibibigay ni Dr. Riarte na multiple choice? At least meron na kayong aralan. So ito pala ang gusto na natin matutunan sa ating statistics. So yung purpose ko ng multiple choice para I could be able to discriminate. Kasi hindi naman pwede tayo may isang professors. Lahat na din ng estudyante ay flat 1, hindi naman. Ibig sabihin ay kung lahat kayo perfect, di lahat flat 1, pero that is sometimes impossible, na? So may basis, mahirap naman yung walang basis, na? Itong inyong mga take-home examinations na yan, this is just to let you experience how to understand statistics, na? Just complete all the requirements to satisfy the requirements. Okay? So, huwag kayo matatakot kung mali ang answer. Never mind. Sagutan lang ninyo kahit mali. Because it is answering wrong that you start to learn already what this particular, construct in statistics that is asking you to understand. Okay, so kung wala na, I would say thank you. Thank you because you come. I hope you will invite more students out of Luzon, no? Okay. Ano ang ilutugtog mo na bago mag-end? Photo opportunity na tayo. Sige.
Bukas na po ng cam. Thank you.
Okay, pakibukas na ng inyong ano.
Yes. Kaya ba full screen ko lang po. Okay po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Saba po. Yung iba po, baka po sumabot. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay po.
Okay, thank you. See you next Saturday.
Thank you, Doc. Bye po sa lahat.
Thank you, Doc. God bless you more.
Sige.
God bless po. God bless po.
Uy, ang dami nag-hearts.
Thank you, Doc. I'll see you later.
Alright, for those who are here in our vicinity, you can see me anytime. For those who are far, you can even communicate me through text messages, na? Meron nagtitext sa akin and I answer all mga messages sa akin. Kaya ang gising ko sa gabi, 2, 3. Tuwing gising ko, ako'y sumasagot ng mga messages. Ha? Okay, sige.